We're going to go back and look at the line command again, and we're going to look at the circle command at the same time. Since we've already kind of discussed the line by using coordinate entry methods, it should be fairly quick to kind of go through the line command. But just to initiate the line, you have the icon on your draw toolbar. You could actually go to the pull down menus for draw and go to line from there, or at your command prompt you can type in L and hit enter, and any of those methods will bring up and activate the line command. So L is what we call an alias. So there are several alias keys that you can use to get to these commands quicker than having to move your cursor all over the screen to activate something. So again, your line command works on the two endpoints, and that's going to be important to remember. Lines have endpoints. We're going to use that later with object snaps. So where do you want to start the line? So it could either be done again by using a grid point with your snap and grid on. It could be done by typing in an absolute value, whatever that value may be, in position relative to 0, 0. The second endpoint again could be a grid point if I wanted to pick a grid. It could be a combination of polar and ortho mode turned on, or just polar by typing in at a distance less than an angle. Or it can be in another absolute term of x comma y, or in a relative term x comma y. And again, don't forget, in absolute and relative you still have to remember, if I start going backwards, that's negative x. So if I get way over here to this side of that green line, that is the actual negative x-axis, just like on your Cartesian coordinate system. So that's how your line function works. So you can use your lines for anything. They're going to be the boundaries of your objects. You can use them to help construct and locate new points for different features based on another point if you really aren't sure how to get to something. So we can use those for a lot of different parts of our drawing. The circle command is the next one we want to look at. Again, here's your circle on your draw toolbar. You'll notice that your circle has an arrow below it, which basically says there are multiple circle input options. And we'll look at each of these options as we go through. You can also go to the draw toolbar, and you will see on the draw toolbar, again, there's your circle, and there's a slide out on that menu with more menu options, the same ones that you're seeing as icons on the toolbars. Or you can simply type in C at the command line, and it brings up the circle command. And again, if you're looking at the command line here at the bottom of your screen, you'll notice in those brackets are some of those options. So just as the commands are showing in the pull downs or as icons, you still have the options even if you type in the letter. So hit my escape to cancel that. Again, escape key helps cancel any command. And we're going to look at this more from the perspective of the pull downs on the ribbon. So what's the difference in all of these options? Well, the first two are pretty similar. You know where the center point is. That center point could be on a grid. It could be at 2, 2. So you have a general idea of where the center point is for the drawing of the circle. The second half is, do you know the radius or diameter? When you're looking at your drawings, a dimension is going to be provided with an arrow pointing to the circle in that view, and it'll tell you R and a number, or it'll have a symbol, which is looks like the Ghostbuster symbol. Basically, that is a diameter symbol. So you will either know radius or diameter from that. If you know radius and want to use diameter, again, multiply by 2. If you want to use diameter, but you're given, if you want to use radius and you're given diameter, divide by 2. So you can use either of those options. So I'll just use center radius, and I'll just pick a point on my grid. I'll just pick that same point that I started with. And you can see I have some other things turned on, but essentially I'm going to go to that grid point. And as I drag my cursor, it is waiting for that dimension. And you'll notice it's coming from that specific point out. So that is a definite radial dimension. So I can give it the radius of, let's just say 1, and hit enter. Now circle diameter, Pick that same point. Excuse that. Sorry, I did not know my phone was turned on when I was starting this video. Start at that same point. And this time with the diameter showing, you can see that appearing in the command line. You'll notice that looks like it's doubled now. So that dashed line that you're seeing is representing that diameter. So I'm going to put in 1 again, and that is a diameter of 1. So a 1/2 inch is the radius. The next two options, and really those are the two most common, diameter and radius, going to be used probably 95% of the time. The 2-point and the 3-point are very similar. 2 points means that you know 2 points on that circle. So if I wanted to draw a 2-point circle that connected one end of this line to the other end of this line, essentially that line represented the diameter. I just didn't know where the center of it was. The 3-point circle adds another point in there. So even if I chose the end point on these two lines, I still have to pick one more point. So basically what that means is I'm basing the size of my circle off of chord length. So if you can remember back to some math days, you might remember a chord length. It could be a distance taken anywhere cut across the circle. That is pretty common sometimes, but not as often as maybe the 2-point. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of manipulation here for a second, so bear with me. Get some of these circles out of the way. This is a move command, by the way. You will learn this command as you're moving through this lesson. Now let's look at these two at the bottom. Tangent, tangent, radius, tangent, tangent, tangent. Okay. Tangency means that you are able to touch an entity, could be an arc, could be a circle, at one absolute location. So tangent, tangent, radius means that I'm touching one part tangent to one piece, one part tangent to another piece, and I'm going to tie it together with a common radius. The last one there is I'm going to touch 3 pieces at 3 tangencies. So let's try tangent, tangent, radius. So first tangent, I may pick along somewhere on this circle, and it's asking for a deferred tangent. And the reason it's doing that is because I've not found the second tangent point, and I'm not giving it a radius, so it really doesn't know where to pick yet. And that's the great thing about using AutoCAD instead of doing manual drafting. You don't have to go in and draw a lot of construction to figure out where that tangent point is. It's doing all the Boolean math operations in the background. It's locating them for you. So I'm going to select there, and then if I wanted to touch on the inside of this circle, I would go to a deferred tangent here. If I knew it was large and needed to touch somewhere on the outside, I would pick on the outside. I'll pick close to the inside here, and then what radius? So I'll use about a 2.5 inch radius here. And you'll notice that it located those points by trying to put that radius between them. So that's tangent, tangent, radius. Now let's do tangent, tangent, tangent. This means I want to be tangent to, let's say, this circle. I want to be tangent to this circle, and I want to be tangent to that circle. And as soon as it can identify all 3 of those tangent points, it calculates what is the diameter of that circle. So I don't necessarily have to know radius or diameter on those. Now we will have some drawings. We're going to apply this. So if you can imagine this picture right now, having a lot of curves that are touching and intersecting, you're going to be using the tangent, tangent, radius, or tangent, tangent, tangent option. And then some other drawings, you're just going to have basically a hole here or a hole over on the other side, and you're just going to be using center radius or center diameter.